Today we are going to be making a budget-friendly meal, breakfast. So this is $3. We're gonna make some grits, dice some onions up, and then we're gonna have 2 eggs over medium for our breakfast. But I just want to say good morning, everybody. I'm gonna put y'all on the stove over here. I just want to say hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay, we're still in Atlanta, Georgia, getting down to the nitty gritty of my food, and I don't want to go shopping. Let me fix the camera. Oh, actually, that's kind of good, actually. But you know, I can't read the comments, so let me fix it. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, and I don't want to go shopping because I am going to be leaving Atlanta in what about 9 days? So I don't want to do too much shopping. So we're gonna be doing a lot of budget-friendly meals as I wrap up my Atlanta trip. We have the water on for the grits. Let me turn that up a little bit, and I'm gonna wash my hands just because I was touching my hair, touching the phone. So I'm gonna wash my hands really quick. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah, it's like, okay, so it's like, I don't want to buy too much more food, and I want to try to cook up what I have so that I'm not wasting a lot of food. So, you know, I was thinking, I was like, dang, am I going to have to stop doing cooking lives because I don't have a ton of ingredients? And I was like, oh, you know what I should do? I should do some budget-friendly meals. I did a couple of budget-friendly meals. They went really great, so I created a whole playlist on my YouTube channel. And honestly, you guys, we haven't added that many videos. There you go. We haven't added that many videos to that particular playlist. So, last couple of days in Atlanta, in Georgia, we're gonna be doing a lot of budget-friendly meals because I still want to be able to, you know, cook for you guys. We might be doing a lot of panel shows. We'll see. But we're doing a $3 breakfast today. We have our grits here. Hey y'all, hey y'all. We have our grits here. And then we have some egg. And then I have to grab the onion out of the fridge. And we got some butter, of course. So, if you are towards the end of the month or between, you know, pay periods and you're waiting to get paid, this is a way that you can make breakfast at home that is going to be affordable. And we're not going to put any meat in today's breakfast, but if you have sausage, bacon, chicken sausage that you want to add to this, you can. If you want to make your grits cheese grits, you can do that as well. We're just going to be making some plain grits with a lot of butter and some season. So I have my Quaker grits. I have the old-fashioned kind. So this is the budget-friendly meal. Okay, y'all. Hey, how are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? Do you guys like grits? I love grits, and then I bought this whole container, and I have a lot left, and I'm like, I don't want to waste food. So I'm on vacation in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm in an Airbnb, and so I bought a couple of groceries, and they have like a full kitchen here. But we are towards the end of my trip, so I don't want to buy a bunch of food, and I want to try to utilize what I have. So we're going to be doing some budget-friendly meals. And I would say it is very hard when you are cooking in a kitchen that is not your own. Oh yeah. I was like, I'm looking for a utensil. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a list right here. So the way that you get your grits to not clump up, because a lot of people struggle with this, is that you put the grits in there when your water is boiling, and use a whisk. If you don't have a whisk, you could also use a fork. So I gotta readjust. Okay. If you don't have a whisk, you can use a fork. And then once the water comes to a boil, then we're gonna pour in our grits. But like I said, $3 breakfast right here. We're doing grits. diced onions, and then 2 eggs over medium. And this is going to be all served in the same dish. I went to a restaurant and they served something similar to this, and it was really, really good. It was cheese grits, chicken sausage, diced onions, and 2 eggs, any way you want. And if you don't like over medium or you don't like over hard, you don't like the yolk at all, you can do scrambled eggs too. You don't have to do. You can do your eggs any way you want. So we almost got a boil here. And then I'm gonna have to cut up some onions over here. But yes, you guys, budget friendly meal. And then we have, okay, I don't have all my seasonings. Y'all know when I be at home in Alaska, putting everything. I got some Italian seasoning, white and black peppercorns. I have some garlic powder and then some sea salt. And you know what? I was thinking about this. I think I'm gonna take these seasonings back with me to Alaska because I don't want to waste it. And when I leave here, I'm going to Vegas. But I was like, I can probably pack those in a Ziploc bag because it's like those are like. And then I have a tender seasoning that's really good in here. I'll show that to you guys later. Okay, so we got a little boil here. Okay, this part's weird for me because I am left-handed. If you are right-handed, it's not bad. So you guys can see that the water is kind of boiling. I'm gonna wait like 2 minutes and then we're gonna put the grits in there. But yes, I'm gonna take all my seasonings back with me. I was thinking about it. I was like, if I'm gonna leave them. Okay. I always make too much grits. I always make, and I have like a ton of leftover grits, and leftover grits are okay, but they're not the best. Okay, then we're just gonna stir, 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 whisk, whisk, whisk. And then when this gets too hot, it'll start like bubbling and like popping back at you. When it gets to that point, I turn down the stove. Or I will even take the pot off of the stove. Because when it starts popping back at you, it get pretty dangerous. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And then if I need to, I'll put some more grits in here. If I think I have like too much water. But sometimes I like to put a little extra water in there because the grits, I like my grits soft. And I always have to put more liquid in there. And I have made grits and rice so many times on this channel. I'm going to put a little bit more grits in there. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen, hit the like button, support the channel also. You can send a super chat, join the channel. I'm gonna get ready to cut my onion over here. So the onion, you're gonna put the onion on there raw. So you want your onion to be cut small. You don't want big chunks of onion. Or, you know, like bite-sized pieces that are reasonable. And then I have a yellow onion that we're going to use. I'm going to put some butter in there. I think grits have to be like one of the foods that I have cooked the most on this channel. I am always making grits. When I get back home, I think I'm gonna stop eating grits for a while. But I don't know what it. I've had. Well, grits. I'm in the South. Grits are really popular down here. Maybe that's why. I even went to get breakfast and I ordered grits. I was like, oh my gosh. But grits are really popular down here and they're really good. And you know, I go through those phases in life where I would just eat a certain food a lot, and then I just stop eating it for months. Does that happen to y'all? Oh, black pepper in there. A little bit of garlic powder. Sea salt in there. I put a little bit of Italian seasoning. I don't normally put this in there, but this is what I got, so I'm gonna put a little bit in there and see what it tastes like. When I'm at home, I have well, I like to use Mrs. Dash. People have mixed feelings about that seasoning, but I like that seasoning. I put a little bit of Mrs. Dash in here, and I'm gonna get ready to turn my grits down in a second, just because they're getting kind of hot. And okay, so when you have grits on the stove, you want to make sure you stir it because they can start to stick to the bottom, especially if you have cheese in your grits. Remember how I was telling you guys how it would start popping back? Hey, FNM, how you doing? She said, 9-7, thanks for coming up last night. I love your point of view. Have a blessed day. Yes, FNM had a great live stream last night. And she has a great YouTube channel. She created this show that is all AI. And it was really, really impressive. Like, that show was good. Girl, I'm waiting for the second episode. I'm trying to be in the show too. But it was really good. The show, I cannot remember the name of the show. Remind me the name of the show. It was really good, and it was all AI, and so she used like the voices. But it was really good, and I think a lot of people can relate to that story with how they're feeling in today's time, because yes, it was called Life Gems. Okay, it was a really, really great show. And it was impressive that she used all AI to create it. It was very impressive. And you know what? It was so good that she played it twice. And I'm hoping you upload it to your video tab so people can check it out. But it was really relatable as well. I feel like a lot of people in today's time are stuck in some of these roles, or are in some of these roles. Like one dude felt like he had it all together. He had a job. Uh, he was ready to settle down, but the person that he was trying to settle down with, or that he was thinking about, was his baby mama, and he was like, I'm done playing with all these girls, and then what I'm saying, I'm ready to really commit. But then he called different people for advice. He called his mom. He called this dude named Weeby, and then Mr. Johnson, and all three of them had different advice. But I think the point of the whole story was be careful who you ask for advice. Because one of the people he asked for advice was just like, you could tell he was in the streets. You could tell he was on demon time. But then the mom had really great advice and was like, put it in God's hand. And then Mr. Johnson, shout out to Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson was like that old head who kind of like, who spoke sense. So be careful who you reach out to for advice. And I have been guilty of this too, where I've gone to someone who I know was going to tell me a certain thing. Whether, what I'm saying, it wasn't really the right thing, but they were going to tell me what I wanted to hear. So be careful who you ask for advice, was the moral of the story that I got. And sometimes when we are ready, that doesn't mean that God's ready for us to receive that blessing. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be patient. We got to be patient. And I feel like it's so hard to be patient in today's time, because you be seeing other people who kind of have what you want, and you feel like, damn, well, why that's not me? You know what I'm saying? That should be me. But you'll get it when when God is ready for you to have it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to learn that too myself. And then Drip said, I value loyalty too. Yeah, so I had to learn for myself too, like, well, when God is ready for me to do that certain thing, I'm going to do it. And I feel like when I was younger, I was like, well, this is my plan for life. And then as life went on, I started to learn it's really not my plan. It's really not up to me what's going to happen. Or when we put these, like, timelines on stuff, well, we got to keep in mind that we serving the Most High. Whatever He has for us is what's going to be. And sometimes that's way different than what we be thinking about. Because when you're young, you were like, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have 4 kids, I'm going to do this job. And then as you go through life, you were like, look, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have really high standards, I think, for ourselves sometimes. And you gotta think, like, this is the world. Every people. But it was a really great live stream. Y'all go check out FNM's Fear No Mortals channel. Really great live stream. And I joined the panel. I haven't joined a panel in a long time. But I was like, I gotta join the panel and talk about this show, because that show that she put together, the first episode, it was really good. So I was like, let me join their panel. I was like, hey, turn the TV off. But yeah, I used to always join panels, but y'all know what's been going on with me. So I haven't been on as many panels, and I kind of want to get back to that, like, because I feel like when you support other people, you're more likely to get support. Whether that's people joining the show, people watching the show, people hitting the like button or commenting down below. And that's one thing that a lot of aspiring YouTubers or content creators don't do. They don't support each other. Hey, we got Brazil in the building. But I got 11:09. What time is it where y'all watching from? But, okay, so I'm going to put a wet napkin on my plate so it doesn't slide. Supporting other content creators is very, very important. Very, very important. I always say this. YouTube is like a workplace. Hey, Angela Hurd. YouTube is like a workplace, a virtual workplace. So, when you're at work, and we're doing a $3 breakfast, one of my budget-friendly meals. We're going to do some grits, some diced onions, and some eggs. Or I'm gonna do 2 eggs over medium. Okay, so what I was gonna say, I feel like when you're at work, it's better to get along with people than to have people at work that you don't like. So I think of YouTube as like a workplace. I don't want to have a bunch of enemies at work. I want to have a lot of coworkers that I get along with. And I think that that makes for an easier journey just in life, to have more people that you're cool with than you're not cool with. But everyone feels differently. Some people like the drama, and that's fine. But that's not what I feel like God has put me here to do. Is to be a mean person and to fight with people. And I don't want to do that every day. I just want to cook my food, talk my talk, eat my food, and get on with my day. That's it. That's what I'm trying to do. All this other stuff that people got going on, I don't want no parts of it. I don't know about you guys, so I have my diced onions here. I think that's pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I have so much going on in my regular life that when I get onto YouTube, I want it to be a peace of mind. You know, I want to leave the conversation feeling good like I did last night. On Fear No Mortals channel. Like, I want to leave feeling good, not leave pissed off. You know? Okay, so we got our grits right here. We got our onions cut up. We got our onions right here. We're gonna taste our grits and see where we are at and how soft they are. I like my grits to be pretty soft. If you have hot sauce or cheese, that's a good thing to add to your grits. Very, very tasty. Okay, $3 breakfast right here. This is a whole struggle meal. Or you can call it budget friendly if you want to be bougie. When you ain't got no money, but you hungry, this is one of the meals that you can make. And I have a whole playlist on my channel that I need to add more videos to. So that's good that we're doing this. I can scrape the sides. I can already tell my grits are not as soft, but I'm still gonna try them and give them a taste. Let's see. They're really hot, be careful. Okay, it needs a little bit more salt. Some more garlic in here as well. A little bit more butter. Oh, but yesterday we went to Chick-fil-A and I'm so happy because if you've been watching this channel, I've been talking about Chick-fil-A forever. Forever. I've been talking about them. But we finally made it. It was really good. I got the chicken, or I keep saying the chicken, but it's all chicken. I got the Chick-fil-A deluxe sandwich with Kobe Jack cheese. It was so freaking good. Oh, okay, so I originally got ranch, but as I was sitting down talking to y'all, y'all were telling me about the Chick-fil-A sauce, and y'all was like, "Go back up there and get it." Bro, I went back up there and got that sauce. It was so good. I put it on my whole sandwich. It's like a honey mustard. It was really, really tasty though. So yeah, we just kind of waiting on the grits, and then I got the pan here for the eggs. I'm gonna put a little bit, probably oil, because I don't have a ton of butter left. I kind of want to stretch what I have. And then I got my eggs right here. I was thinking about doing a cheese and onion omelet, but I was like, let me just do this. But how is everybody doing today? Yeah, so we went to Walmart yesterday. I bought another suitcase. So the reason I got another suitcase is because we have a lot of stuff. We've been traveling for 2 months, and we haven't done a ton of shopping, but we have bought a couple of things. So I got another suitcase. And it said, "Hey, best friend, what are you making? Me, I'm hungry. They don't let me eat here at the hospital." You're in the hospital, girl? What's going on? Because I just saw you playing dominoes recently. I hope everything is well. Okay, you probably not going to want to eat this. Do you eat grits? This is a $3 breakfast, budget-friendly meal. I'm making some grits. I have some diced onions, and then I'm gonna make 2 eggs, and it's all gonna be in one bowl. But I hope everything is okay with you, girl. I feel like I just seen you. You're just putting out videos. Okay, so when you first get to the hospital, sometimes they won't let you eat. Like if you go through the ER, because like they don't know what type of testing you're gonna need. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. And it's that chest pain, so getting some tests done. But hope everything is all right with you. Uh, Dang. I feel like I knew that. She said I've never had grits before, and I feel like we've had this talk before. But I hope everything is all right with you. And I feel like this: if you are at home and you don't feel good, I think that the best thing for you, and I'm speaking from experience, because when I went to the hospital, they had me had a whole brain tumor. And if I would have went, a couple days before when I was feeling head pains, maybe, but if you're not feeling good, go to the hospital. Now that I know what's going on with my health and stuff, anytime I feel a symptom, I go to the hospital. Um, it's just best to do that. It could be nothing or it could be something. But if it is something, you want to find out about it. But I hope everything is well. Keep me posted. I will definitely be praying for you. I had a cousin who actually had a heart attack when he was like 23. It was so crazy. Yes, I agree with you. And she said, better late than sorry is how I see it. Yes, I know some people that didn't want to go to the hospital. When they did go to the hospital, they found out they had like stage 4 cancer, or you find out you have all this going on with your body. You know, so y'all be careful out here. It's crazy. That's why you gotta be very thankful for your health. Be thankful for the simple things. Enjoy the time that you have on this earth with your family. Because no day is promised. You know? Take advantage of each day, but don't take advantage of people. Hey, Nina, how you doing? Yes, Nina, I remember you. Okay, so Nina, I was telling them about Chick-fil-A and how at first I didn't have the Chick-fil-A sauce, but then y'all told me to get it, and when I got it, I loved it. It was like a honey mustard sauce, and it was just so good. I'm doing good. Today we are cooking. We're making a $3 breakfast. We're gonna do grits, diced onions, and 2 eggs over medium. So when I went out to eat breakfast, probably like a week ago, they had this dish called Tsp grits, and it was so good. It was cheese grits, diced onions, chicken sausage, and 2 eggs over medium. It was so freaking good. And hey, Sal King, and hey, Jihan, what is that you? You done slipped up in here. But I want to go back to this place. It's called Thumbs Up Diner. It was so freaking good. It was so good. But okay, so we got the budget friendly version here. This is the broke people version. We're just doing grits, the onions, diced onions, and then 2 eggs over easy or over medium. Sorry, but yeah, it was so good. And then Ava got this French toast. Oh, that place is really good. If you guys are in Atlanta, if you guys are in Atlanta, go to the Thumbs Up Diner. Okay, it's freaking good. And y'all know Gianna is always hating on onions. We can always count on Gianna to be hating. Yes, it was so good. But this is, like I said, this is a $3 version. We just got grits here, onions, and eggs. Are we gonna make? But yeah, okay. So when I went to the diner, Ava got. It's talking. It's funny. He said we got thumbs up at the house. No, this one's better. Nah. The Thumbs Up Diner in Atlanta is so good. Ava got this French toast. It was, I don't know what type of bread it was, but it was like super thick bread. It was like this thick. And then it had like strawberries, blueberries, bananas, and whipped cream. It was so freaking good. I really want to go back to that diner before we leave. And guess what? All of this, I got a coffee, orange juice for Ava, French toast, and then the Kiss Me grits. It was $25. I said, what? Like, if I would have got that meal in Alaska, it would have been like $40. And it would not have been that good. I think it was like, I cannot say it, but it's Challalah. I think it's like challah or chalua bread. Okay. Okay, we getting somewhere with the grits. But yes, I was like, who do I need to kiss? These are freaking good. But it was really good. The moral of the story. And so now I'm at home making the ghetto version. But I'm going to make that. I'm going to make the Kiss Me grits when I get back to Alaska. But I got all my stuff and all that. Okay, we're going to get the eggs ready. Or I'm going to get the pan turned on. But yes, okay, so when we went to the Thumbs Up Diner, okay, I should have kind of known what was up because before we left the house, Ava fell asleep. We get to the diner and we have to wait like 10 minutes to get our seats. She's sleeping on my shoulder. We get to the table, she puts her head down and goes to sleep. Food comes out, she sits up, like she's sitting up at the booth sleeping. I'm like, God damn. And so we were gonna go to the store after that, but after that I was like, we're going home. You done ruined it, cause you acting very, very sweet. I don't know. I think that that night she definitely stayed up late. I fell asleep before her, which I don't like to do, but I was tired. Okay, let us know how it all goes, NF. But yes, Ava was sleeping the whole time. I'm like, Ava, you sleeping like you got a job out here or something. Ava just be tired. Even when we were at Walmart yesterday, I went to a Chick-fil-A, and she was like, can we go home and just order it? I was like, no, we have to go there. It's not the same. And then we got to Chick-fil-A, and if y'all were there yesterday, y'all saw how happy she was. I'm like, man, kids be so shady. They don't ever want to do nothing. Okay, so the grits are good. What I like to do when I make my eggs, I kind of like to have wherever I'm going to put the eggs ready to go. Because eggs, in my opinion, cook really quickly. But the grits taste really good. They're soft. Let me give these like a second more. The softer grits are the better, in my opinion. And I just put butter, salt, pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning. I wish I had some hot sauce and some cheese. But $3 right here, just $3. You know, we gotta stick to the budget. That's the problem with budget friendly meals. Because you be wanting to add all this stuff to it, but when you start adding all that stuff to it, you do change the budget. then it can become a $6 meal, and you gotta stick to the script. So sometimes. Okay, so we got the grits here. I'm gonna give these about 2 more minutes. Take them off, put them in the bowl, put the onions on top, and then at the same time be making the eggs. I'm gonna make the eggs right here. Can y'all see everything? Y'all hit the like button, support the channel, and all that. But yes, one thing I would say is on my travels, the food that I have had looks I was reading the chat. Hey, thank you. You said your food looks so fire. I ain't even done yet, girl. I ain't even did nothing yet. Okay, so what I was gonna say, while I've been on my road trip that I didn't plan to be on, the food I have had has been really, really good. Even when I was in Chicago, Alabama, I don't know. I was eating but that was the real budget friendly. I did go out to breakfast in Chicago and it was really good. So yes, the food in Chicago, Alabama, and Atlanta that I've had has been really, really good. Somebody was telling me, they was like, you always know what to order. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Before I go out to eat, if I know I'm gonna go to a certain place, I will look up the menu online. And I do that because first I'm nosy. But I want to make sure I order something that's really good. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that when I go to a restaurant, sometimes it takes me forever to pick. So what I like to do is look it up beforehand. I'm gonna move the eggs a little closer to y'all so y'all can see. I was gonna make some toast, but I was like, I really don't need no more bread. Style King, I said, I do that too. Style King, you be cooking? Oh, okay, you're talking about when you look up the menu online? Yeah, I be looking up the menu online so that when I get there, I already know what I want. And then it's like, I do that so that I could see. I need to see everything. I need to see everything. You know what I'm saying? I be serious about this stuff. I need to see what they got. Let's make sure I'm getting the best deal. If they got reviews, I'll read the reviews too. And somebody was telling me this. Let me turn this pen up a little bit. And I got my pen right here. I'm gonna make one egg at a time so I can be able to flip it. Somebody was telling me this. They're like, oh, you can't trust the reviews because everyone has different taste buds. Hey, Emperor, how you doing? Emperor, I think we have like 1 or 2 trolls. But now, when you show up, Emperor, that's when they come out to play. I look it up online, I read the reviews. Some of them was like, you can't trust the reviews because everyone has different taste buds. I was like, that is true. That is very true. But one thing I will say is the reviews still matter, in my opinion. Because what if people are saying the service is bad? You know what I'm saying? And I be believing the reviews. Now, some people, that is true, but if everybody is saying it's nasty, it's probably nasty. Okay, I dropped some grits on the burner, so let me turn this fan on. about to pop the yolk, but I was like, I'm not doing it for hard. I don't need to pop the yolk. Okay, I had to get some water. And you know what? I just remembered I was gonna put some milk in my grits, and I totally forgot. That's why, like, if I don't put all the ingredients on the counter, I'll forget them. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of onions on here. Some of y'all don't like onions. I like onions. If you don't like onions, you ain't got to do this. Okay, Gianna? I like me some onions, though. It'd be crazy to me when people be coming in and be like, I don't do that. I'm like, okay. Okay, Gianna. Just because you don't like onions don't mean that none of us do. Okay, can y'all see what's going on here? Let me see if I can find the difference. I'm gonna put a little bit more oil back in here. Okay, so I got one egg in there. I'm gonna make another one. Yes, be your own chef. And I always tell people, if you see something on this channel that I cook that you don't like a certain ingredient, you can always take the ingredient out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to avoid the whole dish. Just don't add that item that you know you don't like. Like, I don't like olives. I don't like okra, but I know people eat those things. You know what I'm saying? So when I worked in the kitchen, I started to make these olives. Okay, I'm gonna start cleaning up a little bit. I'm really mad. I can't find a lid to this. I'm not gonna use this one. Are you guys ready? We're gonna go to a new place. Soon. Very, very soon. Oh, let me turn the fan on. It's super loud. When you have a flat top, making breakfast is so much easier. So like this stove right here would all be a cooking surface and it would be flat. So that's how the restaurants were able to do a lot of breakfast orders at the same time because they had the flat top. Now that flat top, like you could do so much on there. They be making everything on there. Okay, let me turn this pan off. $3 breakfast. We got grits. We got our onions. We got our 2 eggs over medium here. If you want, you can add cheese. You can add meat. It's totally up to you. But just keep in mind that when you do add all that stuff to it, it will change the budget. So let me move y'all over here. We're gonna get ready to go over to the table. You know what? I'm so tired of y'all talking about because I'm black, I like chicken and watermelon. It's not true. Okay? I don't like watermelon, but I do like fried chicken. So, but can y'all start saying something else? That is so played out. Can y'all invent something new, a new dish that's really gonna hurt our feelings? Cause that one is crazy. Okay? Not eating chicken and watermelon together. We need y'all to come up with some new material. We're tired of hearing the same thing. Yeah, we need y'all to come out with some new material, okay? We done heard the fried chicken and the black thing. And if that's what black people like, so what? What? We ain't talking about what y'all be eating, the salt and pepper. uh, he said, Ava, get your racist camel jacking behind up out here. Yeah, that is so played out, and I've had this channel for like 2 years. Bro, can y'all come up with something new to say? I done heard it all. It's really not affecting me. I'm not that bothered. But I sure am about to eat. Okay, here we go, y'all. Yeah, but we need y'all to come out with something new because we tired of it. Okay, let me get y'all to the right situation. I'm gonna mute the TV. I was watching the news. Okay, so apparently there's some scrutiny over the Charlie Kirk investigation, and they have the head of the FBI up on Capitol Hill right now testifying, which I think is crazy as hell. It's really not that serious in my opinion, but they have him up on Capitol Hill testifying, which I don't know. The whole thing, the way they treated Charlie Kirk, the whole situation is a little bit crazy. And Empress said that's why I just reported them in that comment to YouTube. They'll be gone soon. Yeah, you know what? There are really more helpful things that people could be doing out in the world instead of harassing people, but y'all do what y'all want to do. Okay, so we got our budget-friendly meal here. Let's go ahead and pray. Makes my hair looking on point. And Amber said, yeah, I'm watching on News Nation. Them senators are turning him every way but loose. But it's like, they're so... I'm surprised that they even got him up on Capitol Hill so soon. Because I feel like the investigation... What? It happened on the 11th, right? Or it happened on the 10th. It's only been like 5 days. Hey, Joanne. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food. Blessed in the hands that made it. We ask that you watch over NF and everybody in the foodie gang. We ask for safe travels. We appreciate you for everything. In Jesus' name, pray, amen. Yeah, but that happened on the 10th, right? And today's the 16th, so that's 6 days. How much investigating could they have done in 6 days? I think that's crazy. Oh, I need to get my other phone. Where's my other phone? Oh, yeah, it's my bag. This combination, and I don't normally eat eggs inside of my grits because of the texture. Oh, here's my other phone. I like them separate. But ever since I went to that diner, it really changed my opinion. But yeah, it's a red ball case. That means they are investigating all day and all night. Nobody's getting sleep right now. I think that they should probably talk to the university, but I don't know. What are they unhappy with? What has happened? I'm just confused about the whole situation. Okay, on my other channel, I posted a video of a young woman who goes to Texas Tech, and she was taunting Charlie's unaliving to some other students. She was doing the most. I ain't even gonna lie. She was doing the most. She got arrested for, I think, for simple assault and got expelled from the university. She was doing the most, though. And I feel like even if somebody does pass away that you don't like, I don't think it is right for anybody to do all that. And I definitely believe in karma, and she got her karma. But you never make fun of the dead. Like, people who be like going to cemeteries and doing stuff. No, I don't disrespect the dead or nothing like that. And they turned out good, I know. They turned out good. So we got a budget-friendly meal, $3. We got grits, diced onions, and then 2 eggs over medium here. Oh, Joanne, you work at the airport, girl? Okay, have a good day at work. Thank you for tuning in. Joanne's always got the news, too. She would be coming in and telling me, she told me about remember the Manny situation in Vegas? Joanne came in and actually told me about that. There's just a lot of situations that I may miss, or if she be telling me and we be investigating. Luxury, this is the end of our relationship. Because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of you and I'm sick of your questions. Sick of it. Leave me alone. Get out of here. You know what? Shout out to the moderators, because when I be seeing people, I be ready to block them. I blocked them. Angela blocked it and Emperor blocked it. If I was pregnant, what does that have to do with me cooking my food? Nothing. What story is that, Angela? I mean, sorry, what story is that, Joanne? I really tried. I think it's the onions that's really giving it that good flavor. This is just a really good, like, combination. The grits, the onions, and the egg. Really good. And you really don't need meat, but you can add meat to this. Yes, and Luxury, when Luxury be coming in, he be asking me about breastfeeding for he said for his wife. I'm like, look, bro, this is not a baby channel. Go look up other channels that talk about breastfeeding if that's really what you want to hear about. I'm sick of it. And now you're asking if I'm pregnant. If I was pregnant, oh well, that's my business. Y'all act like y'all raised my baby or something. Crazy. You know how you don't ask women's age? You don't ask women if they're pregnant because that could just be their belly. Crazy. But you know what? I think people in today's time have a really hard time just sticking to the content. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be asking about my life. I'm like, bro, stick to the content. Crazy. These grits are really good. I did a good job on them. I feel like the last grits I made I didn't like. These are perfect. What? See, I be having a hard time even talking about stores like that. I think I heard something about that. But that's foul. You know, because your parents are supposed to protect you. And you know what I'm saying? It'd be sad when stories like that. Y'all remember the Casey Anthony story? Like, if you don't want your kid, bro, why don't you just give it up? I don't know. People have the evil spirits in them, though. Right now, I'm watching ABC News. I like to watch all the news stations because I need to hear what everybody got to say. Yes, and Anthony, I remember my mom was watching that. That girl got away with that. And then I'm having a budget-friendly breakfast. I got grits. There's onions in here. And they got 2 eggs over medium. But I remember my mom was watching that Casey Anthony story. She used to love to watch the news. Doesn't Casey Anthony have some type of podcast? Or like, isn't she doing something with the media? Or I could be wrong. Okay. At 12:30, I'm waking Ava up. She's still sleeping. Ava, I don't know. Ava has just been getting her beauty rest in. Is she still missing? Oh, that's sad. Oh, wow. It's sad. But you know, they say that there's like cases of a lot of missing kids. Sad. And it's even sad when the parents are responsible. Like, ugh. See, I don't know. I could not like I like to talk about the news, but like sad stories like that, I don't know how people can have like YouTube channels and just report on tragedies all day. Or even working for the news. And just reporting tragedies all day. I don't know. I can't do that. Wow. Like, I would need therapy. So I'm the type of person, I feel like I care too much. How did you handle it, Ember, if you covered a lot of sad stories from your radio host? Or you were a journalist? How do y'all, like, deal with that? Like, say for instance, someone like Nancy Grace. She used to be on cable TV. I don't remember what happened, but now she has a YouTube channel. Like, that's a lot of sad stories. And besides it, breaking news, local, state, regional, national, world news, sports, traffic, weather, business. So, like, see, I can report on stories, but, like, the sad ones where they got missing people, kids, I don't even like to touch on those stories. Because that's just... I guess you gotta be, like, a certain type of person and have a strong, mental. It's like, I just can't do it. Amber, do you have any clips of when you were on the radio station? I want to see. I want to see. Oh, he said, matter of fact, I was the first to break the news on George Zimmerman verdict in Detroit. Detroit PD asked all the local media to not break the news. I did it anyway. That was crazy. That whole thing with the Trayvon Martin, it was like, it was definitely a movement. There are certain cases that happen that just create movements, That was crazy, and it still doesn't make no sense. But y'all see with the Charlie Kirk shooter, they're trying to get this man a death penalty. It's crazy, right? You see how unbalanced it is. Anybody who even speaks on him negatively, they're trying to cancel. I keep the same energy. Joanne said, let's talk about happy stuff like Thanksgiving. Joanne, you brought it up. Emperor, you done escaped all type of situations. But yeah, they got him up on Capitol. I thought I dropped some on my shirt. They got him up on Capitol Hill testifying already. Like, dang, it's only been a couple days. Ain't even been a whole week yet. What y'all so mad about? Okay, I have a lot of recipes that I need to work on today and post. I was gonna do it yesterday, but then I got distracted watching Fear No Mortal's YouTube channel, watching her little life gems. I got distracted, y'all. That's the only thing about watching other YouTubers. You be like, you forget what you gotta do. But I was like, I haven't joined any panels in a long time. So let me just join the panel. I'm just like, let me just join the panel, talk, because I haven't been on no panel shows in a long time. Honestly, like right after my surgery, or, after my surgery, the panel shows for me were hard to watch because everybody has a different mic. And so hearing all the different pitches and the sound was really hard for me to be able to watch a whole panel show. But now, hey Kelly, how you doing? Now I'm able to watch a whole panel show and not get a headache, not be affected by all the sounds. But right after you have brain surgery, sounds are really, I don't know what the right word is, but your ears are really sensitive to sound. So I wasn't actually watching a lot of panel shows when I was in rehab and stuff. I was more so watching the shows where it's just a person talking. And then Empress said that's part of living life to the fullest. Yeah, live your life to the fullest because it only takes a moment for it to end. Only takes a moment. That's why you shouldn't sit around complaining a lot. Everything ain't gonna go your way. Everything is not gonna be how you want it to be. And people need to accept that. After a while, I would gave up. I'm like, look, I'm bored. You gotta get up. Hey, Drip, I'm glad you finally made it home safe. How you doing? I'll tell you, life is crazy. You be here today, gone tomorrow. You never know. That's why you need to be positive and stop being negative. But y'all gonna be who y'all wanna be. Drip said, I am amazing. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I know you were pretty shaken up the other day. Drip said, today I'm on break. Nothing wrong with that. This is really, really good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Drip. This is really, really good with the grits, the yellow onions, and then the egg. And then you can make the egg any way you want. I know some people like scrambled eggs. I don't know. I think the scrambled eggs and the grits, I gotta get used to that texture. I always have this one piece of hair that just doesn't want to comply. It is just, It's just infuriating. Okay, so I got the news on the background and it's on mute, but it said today the suspected shooter, Charlie Kirk, is suspected in court, or the suspected shooter, due in court to face charges. You know the guy that unalived the health. I forgot what corporation it was called, but he unalived the health insurance CEO. They're saying that this may have been a copycat to that situation. Look, I don't know, but people are crazy and possessed. And when I say crazy, I just mean like, not like asylum being crazy, but just doing crazy stuff to me. Okay, it was United Healthcare. The CEO that got unalived by, it was like, his name was like Mangiani something. They're saying that this may have been a copycat. I don't know, but if you don't like somebody, just don't go around them. I don't know why you have to like say, oh, I don't like this person, I gotta take them out the world. Like, that is crazy. To me, or you know, like, it just don't make no sense. If you don't like somebody, don't listen to them no more. Because now you're gonna be in jail, and what all that's gonna happen is another person's gonna pop up that you don't like. There's always gonna be people in life that you don't like. You know. Okay, his name is Luigi Mangiani, and the judge dismisses terrorism charges against Luigi Mangiani, however you say it. Well, I think that kind of makes sense because, like, how was that terrorism? It's like he was only trying to terrorize one person. Yeah, I agree, Emperor. If you don't like somebody, leave them alone. Don't talk to them. Don't watch them no more. Why would you watch them and be like, I hate you so much, and then watch them every day? It's so weird to me. If I don't like somebody, I leave them alone. I block them off my phone. This is myself from that person. Like, it's really not that hard. This is a big world. You're really saying because you don't like somebody, they can't walk the earth no more? Like, that mindset, to me, is crazy. Don't make sense. Or like, I don't like you so much that now I have to ruin your life. It's not that deep. And I don't think anybody should let anybody live in their head that much. And all that hatred, I don't think, that's not good. Like, don't let these people play you about your life and what you got going on. It's over something that's not even that deep. All right. $3 budget friendly meal, grits, diced onions, 2 eggs over medium. In my opinion, that was really, really good. If you want to, you can add cheese, any type of meat you want, you can cut it up, put some on top of there. Like, I just discovered a new dish, which was the Kiss Me Grits in Atlanta, Georgia. The original ones had cheese grits, uh, diced onions, chicken sausage, and over medium egg. So I took the grits away. I mean, not the grits. I took the meat away and then the cheese, and it's still a really good dish. See, when I eat something, I don't like to just get up and just walk. I like to sit down and kind of like, like think about what I ate, letting my food settle a little bit. And then Angel said, never seen onions on grits before. Girl, me neither. I never had it either. I never put onions on my grits. But when I went to that diner, the Thumbs Up diner, and they put the onions on there, I said, "Girl, this is bomb." I'm telling you, it changes the flavor. It really does. I have never had. I've had shrimp. I've seen people do fish and grits, shrimp and grits, but never with no onions. And so this is why I like. Oh, and said, laugh a lot, don't like grits. Yeah, girl. Do you like oatmeal or cream of wheat? Do you like any type of breakfast hot cereal? Um, One of the things with grits that I don't like, it'd be all in your teeth. Okay, Angel said yes. Okay, so you like breakfast cereals, just not grits. Um, the great thing about eating at different places and trying new foods is it really opens up your palate and your mind. I have never had onions on grits, and so I went to that place, and now they're whole like, look, y'all done put me on to something new. Put me some diced onions on top of them grits with that egg on there. It's fire. Ember said I hate grits. Oh yeah, Ember, you were telling me. I think you were you the one that was saying that your mom always forced y'all to eat grits, or was that oatmeal? Okay, so my cousin, I just learned this in Atlanta. Uh, okay, so it was my cousin and my auntie. So it was his mom. He was talking about how much he hated oatmeal because she would always force him to eat oatmeal, right? Empress said, yeah, my grandma forced me to eat grits and cream of wheat a lot growing up. But he was saying the same thing. He was saying that his mom always served oatmeal every day and he was forced to eat it. So he was talking about how much he hates oatmeal. And then mom was like, well, I like it. I ain't have a lot of money. So I try to do different things too. He was like, I hate it. It was just so funny to hear him say that. But I do agree that some foods that you eat when you're younger, you'll grow up to hate. Like, when I was younger, I didn't even like grits. But now I do. Corn dogs, ugh, hate them. Because I ate them too much. Y'all are funny. Empress said, I hate them. I'm trying to think about other food I used to like when I was a kid. I used to like watermelon. We always ate it. And then now I hate it. They say that your taste buds change every 10 years. So maybe that's what it is. But yeah. But I love grits now. I saw like Ava eat something. She was like, it's good, but I don't really care for it. I was like, you know what, Ava, I'm not mad at you for that because when I was younger, I didn't like grits. Ugh. Okay, my dad used to do like liver and what is it, chicken gizzards? And I don't think that stuff is disgusting. I just don't go out of my way to buy it and cook it. You know what I'm saying? But my mom always made this boiled chicken and rice. I used to love it. Now I freaking hate it. She would do, yeah, boiled chicken and rice. It was like, ugh. And I used to love it when I was a kid. And my mom knew how to cook. So it wasn't nasty. But you know when you just eat something too damn much? Like, that's what happened with that. And then Empress said, I love gizzards, especially turkey gizzards. Hard to find now. I've never had turkey gizzards. I don't think I ever even seen those. But you would think we would have a lot because people eat a lot of turkey during the holidays for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you would think we would have a lot of turkey gizzards, right? But yeah, there's just some things I ate when I was a kid that I do not like anymore. I might do another live. Okay, so Ava wanted to do a packing live where we show you guys us packing for Vegas, and she was gonna make the thumbnail. So if we'll see if we do that later on. And Empress said you used to be able to find them, not anymore. You could buy turkey gizzards by the pack. I wonder why. I wonder why that is. Cause you would think you would be able to find a lot of gizzards, cause there's using a lot of turkeys, you know, during the holidays. A lot of turkeys. And honestly, people really eat turkey year round now. Like, you can find the ground turkey, you'll find the turkey breast, or the turkey tenderloin. You know what I'm saying? So that's weird. They're probably doing something with it. That's weird though. So yeah, yesterday we went to Chick-fil-A. It was super good. Y'all make sure y'all check that one out. I have some chicken that I might cook tonight. I don't know. You know how you wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I don't feel like doing shit today. I guess that's how I was feeling. I'm like, oh man, I don't feel like doing nothing. I want to get. I'm thinking about finding one more show on Netflix. Because my Netflix day is about to come to an end. I don't have Netflix at home. I used to, but then it's like, we don't really be watching TV like that. But I do think Netflix is good to invest in. So I could see myself getting it back one day. But yeah, y'all. Today's the 16th. Birthday's on the 30th. These next couple days finna go fast. You guys, I'm turning 32. Yeah, I think I'm 31. I'm turning 32. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Yeah, I'm 31. Oh my goodness, I'm about to be 32, y'all. But you know what? It's a blessing. And I feel like I had to crawl to this 32 because I felt like I wasn't going to make it. But yeah, I might be 32. It's crazy. Let me get the calculator out, make sure. Like, how old am I? Okay, so my parents, they used to always forget their age. But you know what I'm saying? Because you start to forget it after a while. Getting old, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna be 32. But it's a blessing. I'm trying to get to old age. A lot of people don't want to be old, but look, let me be old. I'm gonna be old and happy because I made it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be 32. You know how people be saying they be having the midlife crises and stuff? I'm like, look. And Empress says, shit, sometimes I forget my age now, especially when things start to hurt. Start to hurt. Yeah, I was like, I had to think about it. Like, am I 30 or 31 right now? uh, and it's so funny because when you have kids, they be trying to argue with you. You be like, look, bro, I done circulated the earth for all this time. I've been here for 31 years. Look, you're only 8 years old. Calm down. You didn't know it because you're not supposed to know it yet. But kids would really have you argue with them. It's crazy. You'd be like, bro, I'm sick. I'm tired of arguing with you. But I would say being a parent makes you a good debater because you learn how to win arguments. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very blessed to reach this milestone, 32. Like it's been a lot, you know, like with everything. So I'm very blessed. And I'm really happy that I have you guys to share it with. So it's a game changer as well. Um, yeah. And then after my birthday, we got Halloween coming up. I know some people don't celebrate Halloween. They were like, it's the devil's day. I'm like, bro, or it could just be a day where we put costumes on and go get candy. I don't know why. But yeah, you know, there's a big controversy about Halloween. So, but yeah, y'all, my birthday's coming up. Shout out to the food again. Okay, so I was showing you guys $3 breakfast idea. I'm about to get up out of here and go wake Ava up. Cut this video short. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join the channel, become a member, support the channel as well. Okay, we don't know what you talking about, but we're gonna just kick you up out of here because you looking like you trying to troll. So we don't got time for it. Get up out of here, leave me alone. You know what's crazy? When I be making breakfast, or I guess y'all just be trolling all the time. But why are you over here trolling? Oh, Angela said I'm packing. Yes, Angela. Angela got a big road trip coming up. I call them missions. She got a big mission coming up. Hoping all goes well. Keep in touch, girl. And safe travels to you. You know what? Every time I'm on the plane, before the plane takes off and before the plane lands, I always say a prayer. I think that's when we were landing in Chicago. Bro, the way our plane landed was crazy. Ava was like, are we okay? But it just hit the ground really hard. But I always say a prayer before the plane takes off and lands, because you just never freaking know. And if you watch Manifest on Netflix, where there people disappeared for 5 years, came back, did all this stuff, and then went back on the plane, and it was crazy. But I always say a prayer before the plane takes off and lands, or I'd be praying before the road trip and all that stuff. And all that. So, but I gotta get up out of here. I'm gonna clean the kitchen up. I might see y'all later on. I might not. Hey, Lamar. And let's say, me too. Yeah, that takeoff and that landing be crazy. Okay, so the takeoff is scary, but the landing, when you sleep through the landing, you know you tired as hell because The way that them planes be landing be scary. You hit the ground and then it stops all of a sudden, and it's going super fast. When you're in the air, you don't feel like the plane is going that fast, but when you land, you can really tell how fast a plane is going. And you're like, dang, we going fast. So yes, definitely scary. Um, Somebody said, who you think you are, Snooki? If I wanted to be, what's the problem? But Emperor was on them. Okay? Y'all gotta let people be who they want to be. Them pilots be slamming the plane to the ground. They taught us to never. Yes, I think that's what happened when I was landing in Chicago. He slammed the plane on the ground. It came to a stop. It was like that one of them things where you gotta like you gotta sit back and hold your seat. But I would say one thing. Sometimes these shows, it do be entertaining, but because it's just be like, what? It's crazy. This is exactly why, you know, when the kids will be playing like Roblox or they be on the VR where they can talk to other people, I don't allow Ava to do that. I don't allow her to talk to other people. I'll be watching what she's doing. I do not, cause like these trolls. Can you imagine dealing with these trolls if you were a kid? Crazy. Emperor said, when I land the plane, it's nice and gentle. You can't even tell we've landed. Emperor, you're a pilot too. Emperor the jack of all trades. See, I need a man to protect me like Emperor. That's what's up. I didn't know you were a pilot. But yes, but also, I think some of those pilots, well, a lot of people say they were drinking, but I think they're tired of their jobs. But yeah, I don't know, like when the plane lands, it's scary. And sometimes you have worse landings than others. Ember said, yeah, I have a pilot's license. It's a very expensive hobby. And that's why you see a lot of, when people be like, oh, I have my own plane, I'm like, damn, that's tight. That's tight. But I think those people that be working for like the airlines and stuff, some of them probably be tired. They were like, man, fuck this job. We gonna land when we land. I'm like, F this job. But see, you gotta be, that's why you gotta be careful who you're talking to. You gotta be careful of the things that you preach and you say, you know what I'm saying, out loud, because, oh. Okay, I know I said I was leaving, but I'm gonna talk a little bit more. I'm gonna get my lip chat too. And then, Empress said, I never on my own plane unless I hit the power off like 2 million or something like that. Yeah. Okay. I was on Fear No More show last night. And somebody made an interesting point. They were talking about some of the rhetoric is, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Some of the things that Charlie Kirk was saying and like how he was speaking against or talking down on single moms. They were like, I find it not funny, but like a coincidence, or you know, like that his wife is now a single mom. And this is why it's important for us to be careful of the things that we say. It only takes a moment for your life to change. Anybody could be married, have kids with someone, and they go off happily ever after. But at any point in time, we have to remember that God can come and take your life or take that person away. And you could be in that same situation that you talked about. And then Ember said, yeah, he came and spoke that into existence. But it's, And I was like, damn, I never even thought about that. Empress said the power of life and death can be found in the tongue, the Bible. Yes. He talked all that bad stuff about black people and gangs and single moms and da 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 da, only to be taken out by a white person and to now have his wife be a single mom. You got to, y'all better quit playing with the word out here. Y'all better quit playing. Y'all better quit talking about people. You want to come up in here and talk about how my face jacked up, how I had a stroke. Look, you better be careful. You can go to sleep, have a stroke, and be looking like me. You better be careful what you speak with your tongue. And Empress, he talked about how he didn't care if folks got popped. He said it was needed for us to keep our guns. And I also heard he talked about, Amanda Seals was saying this, and I heard somebody else say this too, but I just didn't like her delivery and what she was saying. He also talked about not having empathy. I heard he laughed at a couple of people that were gunned down by guns. Psst, man, you better be careful. You better be careful what you say with your tongue and what you speak into existence. Because anybody could end up in any situation. You better be careful. You already laughing at somebody in a wheelchair or somebody that had a heart surgery. Man, you could go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and be in the same situation. Be careful. And Empress said, yep, he sure did that. That's why I don't feel sorry for him. He was evil. I heard that from a couple different people that he was evil. I didn't really know who Charlie Kirk was until he got popped. So I've had to go back and look at what he was saying. And so now I'm looking up some of the clips, or now they're popping up on TikTok a little bit more and YouTube as well. But you better be careful what you say with your tongue. And they say he was a God-fearing man. He was doing the good works. Look, as people, it is not up to us to decide that type of stuff. It's really up to God. But yeah, somebody has said that he spoke that into existence pretty much. Talking down about single moms, black on black violence, and just look at how things unfolded for him. And I'm not talking about him negatively. I'm just saying this needs to be a lesson for people talking down upon people, sitting up high and looking down low. Like you, I'm telling you, it only takes a moment for your life to change. You can be rich today, poor tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. With a husband, a single mom the next day. So y'all better be. And as far as this whole single mom thing, you could be with somebody, they could lose their life in a work accident or at work or on the way home. You just never know. So people, I think, need to be like, you know, and even if you are someone that's married, you don't know when their expiration date is. You don't know that. So you better be careful talking about people negatively. But yeah, somebody has said that, and I was like, damn, that's a good point that I never even thought about. Is how he spoke so negatively about those things. And now, look at how it all ended. Crazy. And then a lot of people don't like the speech that his wife made. I just think some people don't like women, but they said they didn't like her speech, and I heard it. Maybe I gotta hear it again. You know, better stop thinking y'all invincible, cause. But yeah. But at the same time, I think like tearing down the posters or going to the vigil and causing a disturbance or fighting with people, stomping on the flowers. All that I think is really unnecessary. But I will see you guys in the next one. I think we're going to be packing soon. Ava's going to make a thumbnail. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a $3 breakfast. Grits, onions, and then 2 diced onions, and then 2 eggs over medium. It was delicious, y'all. I will see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you like to eat for breakfast. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie